Today we're going to be looking at the only plush set ever made for the game New Super Mario Bros. Wii U. And well, this plush set was made by the company Sine only a few months after the actual game was released. So with that said, welcome to a look at the Sine New Super Mario Bros. Wii U plush set. Starting off with the first plush set, we have the Squirrel suit Mario. Now there's actually two sizes of this plush, being a normal size and a 14-inch tall large size. Now both these plushes are literally the exact same, except that one is obviously just a lot bigger than the other one. And well, for all the details on this plush, it actually looks really good, especially on the face. As all the eyes and the eyebrows are very nicely embroidered on, they overall look extremely accurate. And well, the mustache also looks really accurate and has all the correct lumps in it to make it overall look pretty good. And well, the hat of the squirrel suit also looks extremely accurate and also is made out of some really good materials. As well, the entire cap's fully stuffed and also is made out of some really high quality stitching, especially on the ears, and well, it uses all the correct details in different colors to make it look accurate. And well, the brim on the squirrel suit hat also looks extremely good, and well, it has some cardboard in it to make it keep its shape over the ears. And well, for the body of it, it overall looks extremely accurate, and well, it also has some very nice wings on it, which actually have no stuffing in it to make it look more accurate. As well, if it had stuffing on it, it would overall look really weird and would look very big compared to the rest of the plush. And it also has some nice embroidery on the gloves, and the felt pieces on the overalls are basically the only part of this plush that could actually get damaged, as well they could collect debris and also fall off because they're only glued on. But yeah, overall, this plush is basically perfect to what a squirrel suit is supposed to look like, and what it overall looks great. And well, there's also a bootleg of this squirrel suit Mario. And well, the bootleg on this one is overall really low quality and falls apart really easily. As well, basically all the details on this plush are very lightly stitched on, so yeah, they don't hold up really well, especially because they're made out of some really cheap materials. And well, the mustache on this plush also looks really weird and nowhere near what Sine's looks like, and well, also the embroidery on the face falls apart really easily and doesn't really look that accurate. The plush also has a lot less stuffing in it, so yeah, the normal Sine variants actually have a lot of stuffing in them to keep shape, but these ones don't. So yeah, overall, this plush is pretty obvious when it's a fake, and well, you'll usually see this one on eBay with a stock image, so yeah, if you see a stock image on eBay, be careful as it could be a bootleg. And while both sides of this plush are overall pretty common, the 14-inch tall version is slightly harder to get than the normal size, but if you want both of them, you could look on eBay or Mercari and you should be able to find them very easily. And now let's move on to the next plush set, being the squirrel suit Luigi. Now just like Mario, this plush comes in two sizes, being the normal size and the 14-inch tall big size. And while both variants of this plush are literally the exact same except for the size of them. And well, just like Mario, the face on this one overall looks really good as it has all the necessary embroidery on it, and they overall did a great job with it. The mustache is also the correct shape and it overall looks great, and while his head overall just looks nice as it has all the correct details on it, it's also nicely stuffed and correctly shaped. And while the top of the squirrel suit's head overall looks the exact same except it's just slightly skinnier than the Mario's. And well, it has all the exact same details except that it's obviously green instead of red, and well, it also has cardboard in the brim to make it keep its shape. And well, for the body, it's literally the exact same as the Mario one except it's green, and also it's slightly skinnier and taller to make it look more like Luigi. And just like the Mario plush, the only really detail that could get easily damaged on this plush are the felt buttons. And well, the arms could also get unstitched from the squirrel suit's wings, but that would be pretty hard to do as well, but it would kind of have to purposely happen as well. They're stitched on really well. And just like Mario, Luigi also has a bootleg of it. And just like the Mario bootleg, this one's just really low quality and falls apart really easily as well. Basically all the stitching on is just really bad. And well, the mustache is also this weird fuzzy material and also looks extremely inaccurate. And well, the plush is overall very understuffed and falls apart pretty easily, and well, the embroidery on the face is also just really weird looking most of the time and falls apart. So yeah, overall, this plush is just really cheaply made, and if you see it on eBay, definitely don't buy it as well, but it'll basically fall apart instantly. But yeah, both sizes of the plush are pretty common, and well, you could usually find them on eBay and Mercari, except the big size will cost pretty much double of the normal size. And well, next up we have the squirrel suit Toads. Now I'm going to go over Blue Toad and Yellow Toad at the same time as well. They're literally the exact same plush as well. All their proportions are the exact same except their colors are just slightly changed. Now these Toad plushes overall look really good, especially on their heads. As well, the cap on the top of their heads overall look really good as well. They're really nicely stuffed, and also the ears on them look pretty accurate. The only difference between the two is that one's a dark blue color and one's a dark yellow color, and they overall look the exact same besides that. And for their faces, they have nice embroidery on the face that holds up pretty well over the years and looks as accurate as it needs to be for a toad. The face is also really nicely stuffed so the cat doesn't really go over it over the years. They also have a bandana on it, which is made out of this weaker material that isn't really a plush material, but it's also not like a felt material. It's kind of in between a felt material and a plush material. It's tied around the toad's neck, so unless if you purposely untie it, it'll basically stay there. Just like Mario and Luigi, the arms are stitched to the toad's wings, so yeah, they could technically get unstitched over the years, but that probably won't happen as well, they're really high quality. For the body on this plush, the proportions overall look really accurate, and they overall look pretty good. Once again, the only really difference about the squirrel suit is just the color of it. Just like the Mario and Luigi plushes, there's also bootlegs of these toad plushes. Now both these plushes look basically the exact same as the normal ones, except they're just really low quality. You could just tell by the stitching on the face that they did not put a lot of work into these plushes as well. They're very weird looking on the face as well. For some reason, the embroidery seems to just be a bit smeary on the face. And also, every single detail on these bootleg plushes could fall apart basically instantly. But yeah, thankfully it seems that these bootlegs are very obscure and don't really show up often, so you'll basically don't have to worry about getting these bootlegs. You could find both of these plushes pretty easily on websites like eBay and Mercari for around $20 to $25, mattering on the condition of it. And now let's move on to the next plush, instead being the Nabbit. Now for Nabbit's face, they overall did a pretty good job with it, as well. It has the exact same bib as Bowser Jr.'s bib, except it has slightly less teeth on it. The eyes are overall very simplistic looking, but they're overall pretty accurate and they're also nicely stitched on. Now Nabbit's ears also look pretty good, except they could get understuffed at the bottom of them over the years, making them look floppy looking. In his left hand, he's holding a bag which is stitched onto his hand, so yeah, it could technically get unstitched over the years, but once again, just like Mario and Luigi, you'll probably have to unstitch it purposely from there as well, but it's really nicely stitched on by Sine. The bag has a nice mushroom design on it, and it overall looks pretty accurate to the actual bag he has in the game, and is really nicely stuffed to make it look like there's a lot of stuff in there. That's all there really is to say about the Nabbit plush because, it's pretty simplistic. Which makes sense because Nabbit doesn't really have a lot of details, and for the rest of this plush, it overall looks really nice, except his legs could once again get understuffed for the same reason as the ears. But yeah, overall, this Nabbit plush looks really good, except there is a bootleg of it. Just by looking at this plush, you could obviously tell that the bootleg is just really low quality. Especially on the face, because most of the time the bib is just way too low and the eyes just look really inaccurate looking, and sometimes they're actually stitched slightly apart from each other. The bag is also just really understuffed, and also the mushroom logo looks pretty weird on it. So yeah, overall it's just a really low quality version of the normal Nabbit plush. But yeah, if you want the real Nabbit plush, you could look on eBay or Mercari and find it for pretty cheap. But yeah, which plush is your favorite? Comment down below, and yeah, have a great day.